On this edition of Top Trending, we'll be looking through the highest paid professional gamers to date. In this list, we'll focus on the players' direct earnings from professional esports events and won't include any other wealth earned outside of the sport. Esports is an incredibly rapidly growing phenomenon that's becoming more and more mainstream as its audience continues to grow. As video games become more advanced, esports continue to rise without a ceiling in sight. The most popular games in esports include Dota 2, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, League of Legends, Fortnite, Call of Duty, and many others. When we began to look into the highest paid professional gamers, we quickly noticed a pattern. Remarkably, the top 51 highest paid esports players are all Dota 2 players. Dota 2 is an online battle arena that was inspired by a community-created mod from Warcraft 3. Dota 2 is very similar to League of Legends, another game that we'll explain more of later in the video. For the sake of keeping this list interesting, we'll not include any players from Dota 2, since they dominate almost 90% of the top 100. But we'd be remiss if we didn't at least highlight the player with the most winnings in esports. Kuro Takasomi, who goes by the ID Kuroki, is the most successful professional gamer to date. His play in Dota 2 has earned him an astonishing $4,097,928. That's right, the German has made over $4 million playing his favorite video game, and many other Dota players have made millions as well. Now, we'd like to apologize to the Dota 2 players for ignoring them for the rest of this video, but you guys just make too much money. So without further ado, here are the top 10 highest paid professional gamers outside of Dota 2. Song-hyuk Lee, better known as Faker, is widely considered the greatest League of Legends player to ever live. League of Legends is an online battle arena game in which two teams of 5 fight for objectives and look to destroy the opposing team's nexus in order to win the game. The game is entirely free to play and is supported by microtransactions. The game is on its 8th season and seems to be just past its peak in popularity. On the world stage, League has been dominated by Korea. A massive reason for this domination is due to the expert play of Faker. Song-hyuk Lee's main ID in Korea is Faker. In the North American server, he goes by the name Haidon Bush. Faker has certainly lived up to the title of the greatest League of Legends player with the #1 spot on our list. The 22-year-old South Korean plays in the mid lane for SKT Telecom T1. Faker is known for his hyper-aggressive playstyle and insane ability to outplay his opponents. On numerous occasions, Faker has single-handedly won games for SKT. Faker has led SKT to 3 League of Legends Worlds victories, the highest professional achievement in the game. Faker's first Worlds win came in Season 3, 2013, when he was just 17 years old. As a 17-year-old that year alone, he made over $250,000 from tournament prizes. In his time playing for SKT, Faker has garnered $1.175 million in tournament winnings, the bulk of this income coming from his success at Worlds. During the season, Faker streams his practice gameplay in Korean solo queue and gathers thousands of viewers looking to learn from the best to ever do it. Andreas Hochsleth, or Zippix, is a Danish Counter-Strike global defense player. Counter-Strike is the most competitive first-person shooter in esports. It's a multiplayer online shooter that rewards quick reflexes and pinpoint accuracy with a mouse, while punishing small mistakes and poor positioning. Unlike League of Legends, the game is very fast-paced at the professional level, and each game moves along rather quickly. The competitive game mode in Counter-Strike is very similar to the popular Call of Duty game mode Search and Destroy. Counter-Strike differs from most shooters in that during a single game, players earn money by winning rounds and getting kills to buy more advanced weapons. This feature allows for teams that have a lead to snowball into an even bigger lead. This snowballing is a process familiar to games like League of Legends and Dota 2, and it encourages players to play more strategically and cautiously, as things could get out of hand quickly. Long before Call of Duty and Halo or even Fortnite became relevant in esports, Counter-Strike was the go-to shooter that the best marksmen on the keyboard used to showcase their talents. The latest installment of Counter-Strike is Global Defense, or more commonly known as CSGO. The shooter is much more popular in Eastern Europe than in the States, where players tend to gravitate more toward games like Call of Duty. Andreas started to play CSGO competitively at the young age of 16, and has since then gained a total of about $965,000 playing Counter-Strike. Of this impressive heap of cash, $828,000 was earned while playing on the Team Astralis. He's also had significant earnings with esports powerhouses Team Solo Mid, Fnatic, and Dignitas, as well as other teams including Team Question Mark and the Copenhagen Wolves. Hochsleth's tremendous success in CSGO has earned him the title of being one of the best Counter-Strike players to ever give the shooter a go. Just below Hochsleth are his fellow Danish teammates that go by the names of Dupree and Device. Dupree, or Peter Rasmussen, has just $5,000 less than his teammate above him on the list, bringing him to a respectable $960,000 from his Counter-Strike play. Device, or Nikolai Reitz, follows closely behind with about $31,000 less than Dupree. Dupree, Device, and Hochsleth's winnings nearly all come from the same tournaments, as the three of them stuck together throughout their time as competitive players. The Danish team Astralis is certainly grateful for this big three helping them pull in just under $1 million in winnings. Speaking of teamwork, the next two esports gamers also helped earn over $900,000 for their team with their side-by-side gaming action. The dynamic duo of Wolf and Bang are two of the teammates of Faker for SKT in League of Legends. Wolf at number 5 is the support player for SKT, while Bang at number 6 is the attack damage carry. In League of Legends, the team is divided into 3 separate lanes. Of the 5 players per team, 1 player takes the top lane, 1 player takes the mid lane, 1 player roams the jungle in between the 3 lanes, and the support and attack damage carry take the bottom lane. The support is meant to protect the carry being the player that deals the most damage per second while being extremely fragile. These two positions must have perfect communication and chemistry in order to succeed at the highest level. Bang and Wolf certainly proved they had that camaraderie between them as they won multiple Worlds Championships in the bottom lane for SKT Telecom. Both of these South Koreans have performed brilliantly at all stages of tournament play, each player having to be perfectly in tune with the other. The last 4 players on the list are all teammates as well. This group of 4 tended to stick together as they bounced from team to team. Fallen, Fair, Coldzera, and Taco are all Brazilian CSGO players that earned most of their winnings from their team efforts with SK Gaming. They also saw success under Luminosity Gaming, and all of them but Taco had success with the team made in Brazil. These 4 South Americans rivaled the Danish players previously mentioned on the list, and established themselves as some of the best CSGO players on the planet. CSGO has seen many top-tier esports teams like TSM, Cloud9, and more recently FaZe, so it's certainly no small feat that these 4 gamers all earned a spot on this top 10. By consistently placing in tournaments with 7-figure prize pools and winning a number of them, the Brazilians managed to all contribute over $800,000 divided amongst the several teams they played for. Fallen leads the 4 of them in earnings with $857,000, while Taco pulls up the rear with a total of $835,000. Not such a bad payout for a first-person shooter. As you can see, this list is completely dominated by just 3 teams of players. The highest paying esports games tend to be strategy games that reward team chemistry more than almost any other attribute. This is why we end up seeing just a few teams at the top of the list as opposed to random individual players that have bounced from team to team. Even when the players have changed teams like we saw in both the Danish and Brazilian CSGO squads, they brought their teammates with them to ensure that their invaluable team chemistry wasn't lost. While there have been esports games that suited solo play like Super Smash Bros. And Mortal Kombat, it hasn't been until just recently that solo play is a money-making formula. This is thanks to the emergence of the Battle Royale style games. PUBG, H1Z1, and Fortnite offer the lone wolves a chance to earn major prizes without having to develop a strong surrounding team. While the Battle Royales do offer game modes in which the player is placed on a team, the games have plenty of focus on the one-player game mode that tends to reward the player more for quick mechanics and cool play in tense situations than teamwork. As games like Fortnite continue to be played, we might soon see a dent in the dominance of games like Dota 2, League of Legends, and Counter-Strike. That's our top 10 list of highest paid professional gamers, not including Dota 2. Including Dota, the rankings of these players' earnings would be 52nd, 62nd, and 63rd, 67th, 68th, and 69th, 73rd, 75th, 76th, and 77th respectively. A game other than Dota 2, League of Legends, or Counter-Strike Global Defense doesn't show up until the 93rd player on this list, Karma, with Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. At the 97th spot, we see StarCraft, and later at the 104th spot, we see Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Of the top 100 highest paid professional gamers, 30 of them are from China. China represents the highest percentage of players that make the top 100. Just 5 of the players in the top 100 are from the United States. Did anything on the list surprise you? Let us know in the comments section. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Top Trending. And as always, thanks for tuning in.